Hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss stability analysis of finite slopes by Swedish circle method from the chapter stability of slope. So in short, in this video we are going to assume a trial failure surface, and for this surface we are going to determine the factors which causes overturning. We are going to discuss the factor which resist overturning, and then by using this knowledge we are going to determine the factor of safety for that slope. So let us consider AB as a trial circular failure surface. So the radius of this circular failure surface is R and center is O. The wedge which is above this failure surface is divided into vertical slices. So this wedge is divided into vertical slices by drawing vertical lines. So in case of homogeneous soil, these wedges are of equal width. But if the soil is non-homogeneous, then in that case, suppose this slip surface is passing through more than one type of material, then this vertical line will be present at the junction of that two materials. Means that condition will govern the width of this slice. These slices are in equilibrium under following forces. The first force is weight of each slice, denoted as W. It acts in vertically downward direction through the center of gravity. So this is the first force acting on the slices. Second force is cohesive force, denoted as C. This force acts along the curved surface in the direction of probable movement of the wedge. So suppose because of slippage the wedge is moving in downward direction, then cohesive force will act in upward direction because it will try to resist the movement of the wedge. So for each slice, cohesive force will be acting in upward direction along the curved surface. The third force is reaction R at the base. It is inclined at an angle phi to the normal. So suppose if we draw a normal for each slice, then this reaction R will be inclined at angle phi to the normal. Means angle between reaction and normal to the slip surface will be phi dash. So reaction is inclined at an angle phi to the normal. And the fourth force will be reaction of two vertical sides of slice due to adjacent slices. So suppose this is an intermediate slice, then because of the adjacent slices there will be reaction on both the side of the slices, and these reactions will be in opposite direction and equal in magnitude. That's why they will cancel each other, and hence they are not considered to affect the stability of the slice. For convenience, let us consider the equilibrium of the single slice. Now let us consider this slice number 4. So the force acting on this slice is W, which is acting in downward direction. So this force can be resolved into two components. First component is along the normal to the slip surface and second is tangential to the slip surface. So here we can see a larger view of this forced angle. So W acting in vertically downward direction. Here N indicates the direction of normal to the slip surface. So angle between W and N is alpha. So from this figure we can see that normal component of W is equal to W cos alpha and tangential component of W is W sin alpha. The another force acting on this slice is cohesive force C. It is acting in upward direction as this wedge is trying to slide in downward direction. And the third force which is acting on this slice is reaction R. Now as we have discussed that this reaction R makes an angle phi with the normal. So here this hash dashed line indicates the direction of normal. Obviously it will pass through the center. And here this line indicates the direction of reaction R. Now we will draw a line from point O such that this line will be perpendicular to reaction R. So this line which is passing through O is perpendicular to the reaction R. So this distance will be equal to R sin phi. In short, if we draw a circle with center O and radius R sin phi, then this reaction R will be tangential to this circle. Now we have forces acting on this page are W. W is resolved into two components, normal component and tangential component. The remaining forces are cohesive force C and reaction R. So if you want to take the moment of these forces about this center of this failure surface O, then normal component of N won't cause any moment because it is passing through the center, and tangential component of weight will try to cause overturning, and cohesive force will try to resist the overturning. Similarly, this reaction R will also try to resist the overturning. So here T is the factor which try to cause the overturning and C and R try to resist the overturning. So taking the moment of all these three forces about the center of rotation, then the moment overturning moment will be equal to T into R. So reaction T, it is acting at a distance R from the O. So this is the overturning moment. And the resisting moment Mr is equal to moment due to cohesive force plus moment due to reaction R. So the moment due to cohesive force is equal to total cohesive force which is C into delta L, where delta L is the length of the curved surface into distance R, where R is the radius of the slip surface, plus this moment due to reaction R is equal to reaction R into this radial distance between reaction R and O, which is R sin phi dash. So total resisting moment will be equal to Mr equal to C into delta L into R plus R sin phi into R. Now resolving force R into radial direction. So here normal N is also acting in radial direction. So if we resolve the reaction R in radial direction, which is same as direction of N, this is reaction R and this is angle phi. So we can write N is equal to R cos phi. That's why r is equal to n upon cos phi. Hence, r sin phi will be equal to n tan phi. The factor of safety for the one slice is given as the ratio of resisting moment and overturning moment. So this is the equation for resisting moment and this is the equation for overturning moment. That's why factor of safety will be equal to Fs equal to R into C into delta L plus R sin phi into capital R divided by T into R. So if we take common R, we will get Fs equal to R into bracket C into delta L plus N tan phi. So we have replaced R sin phi as N tan phi divided by T into R. So R and R got cancelled. So factor of safety is equal to C into delta L plus N tan phi divided by T. So this is the equation for the factor of safety of single slice. That's why factor of safety for the entire wedge is given by factor of safety equal to summation of C into delta L plus summation of tan phi into N divided by summation of T. We will name this equation as equation number 1. Given slope, the value of C and phi are constant. That's why factor of safety will be equal to C into summation of delta L will be called as LA, which is length of the entire sleeve surface, or we can say length of the arc. And here tan phi is constant and summation of n is the total number of slices divided by summation of t. So we will name this equation as equation 2. So this is the formula to determine the factor of safety of the entire wedge. So here we can replace n as w cos alpha and we can replace t as w sin alpha. So in short, the process to determine the factor of safety using Swedish circle method can be summarized as under. The first step is to take a trial wedge and divide it into 6 to 12 vertical slices. So this is the trial failure surface and the wedge so formed is divided into 6 to 12 vertical slices. Then the next step is to determine the weight of each slice and its line of action. So weight will be equal to area into density, and area we can write as breadth into height into density. So for convenience, the weight is generally taken proportional to middle ordinate. Means this height is taken as the height of the middle ordinate of the slice, and this weight is assumed to have line of action through the middle of slice. The next step is this weight W is resolved into normal and tangential components, and the curve length of each slice is measured and it is computed. The factor of safety is determined from the equation Fs equal to C into La plus tan phi into summation of n divided by summation of t. This analysis is repeated for number of trial surfaces, and the circle which gives the minimum value of factor of safety is the most critical circle. Thank you for watching.